spot. Having the appointed time of 5:30 arrived, I would like to call the Tuesday, April 25th, 2023 Committee of the Whole to order. Would you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Clerk, would you please take the roll?
Will do. Alderman Redpath.
Here.
Alderman Gregory.
Here.
Alderman Williams.
Here.
Alderman Fulgenzi.
Here.
Alderwoman Purchase.
Here.
Alderwoman DeCenso.
Present.
Alderman McMiniman.
Here.
Alderwoman Connolly. Alderman Donlin.
Here.
Alderman Hanauer.
Here.
Madam Chair, a quorum is present.
Thank you, Clerk. Is there a motion to allow Alderman Fulgenzi to,
So moved. Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. I would like to accept the motion for approval of the April 11, 2023 committee minutes.
So moved, Madam Chair.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Are there any presentations?
Ma'am.
Thank you. Next, we have ordinances table or remaining in committee. Mr. Clerk, could you please read those ordinances?
2022-384, 2022-463, 2023-001, 2023-055, 2023-086, 2023-128.
Anyone wishes to? Moving right along.
CWLP 2023-156, an ordinance authorizing a second extension to a professional services agreement with Karen Jennings for assistance and training within the Utilities Accounting Division and authorizing additional funding in the amount of $18,825 for said extension for a total payable not to exceed $63,750 for the Office of Public Utilities.
For consent.
Any discussion? Alderman
Madam Chair.
McMiniman.
Thank you. Doug, are you here? I think we talked about this one previously. Is Karen Jennings, did she help run our accounting division?
She was the chief accountant before she retired.
So I'm going to make a recommendation like last time that this is a contract extension. I assume she's now receiving her municipal pension. And so this is money on top of that with a contract. So my recommendation would be we don't need a early retirement incentive. We need a notification incentive where our soon-to-be departing employees notify us with as many months ahead of time as possible so that we can start recruiting and have some side-by-side time with the new person to replace the departing employee so that we're not left with an empty seat and a complete absence of knowledge and know-how. And then we avoid, hopefully avoid these follow-on contracts, personal service contracts.
Sure. No, I get that. Yep.
Thanks a lot, Doug.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
2023-157, an ordinance approving a professional services agreement with Martin Engineering Company of Illinois in an amount not to exceed $58,100 for the design and engineering services associated with improvements to Cole House Road for the Office of Public Utilities.
For consent. Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
Thank you. 2023-158, an ordinance authorizing the purchase of a Ford F-350 flatbed pickup truck from Landmark Ford Incorporated from a state contract in the amount not to exceed $60,433 for the Office of Public
Move for
Utilities.
consent.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
I've got to have a
Second.
second. Okay, thanks.
Sorry.
It's all right.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
2023-159, an ordinance authorizing the purchase of two Ford F-150 pickup trucks from Morrow Brothers Ford Incorporated off state contract in an amount not to exceed $63,690 for the Office of Public Utilities.
Consent.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
2023-160, an ordinance authorizing the purchase of a power system simulator with GPS receiver interface from Noble Engineering Company in an amount not to exceed $80,030 for the Office of Public
For
Utilities.
consent.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
Thank you. 2023-161, an ordinance authorizes and approves a customer work agreement with the State of Illinois Capital Development Board for the installation of a water main and valve in order to provide water service to the Armory Building at 125 East Monroe in an amount not to exceed $52,000 for the Office of Public
Move for
Utilities.
consent.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
2023-162, an ordinance authorizing a supplemental appropriation in the amount of $250,000 for the purchase of equipment not received by the end of FY23 for the Office of Public
Move for
Utilities.
consent.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
2023-163, an ordinance authorizing the reallocation of existing budget authority for the fiscal year 2024 in an amount not to exceed $490,000 for the Office of Public Utilities.
Move for consent. Discussion.
Any discussion?
Yes, ma'am.
Alderman McMiniman.
This might be the same question Alderman Redpath has. Can we get an explanation of the change of budget authority?
Yeah, it was put under the wrong budget lines, essentially. It was put under operating accounts, and it should have been put under capital accounts for the correct accounting. So we're just moving it, the correct accounting lines,
From operating account to a
the capital
account?
accounts.
Roughly, what would have been the total amount in the capital account?
Well, I don't know that off the top of my head across all the accounting lines for capital. But that is the amount, though. The $490,000 is what was the estimate for the work.
So I'm assuming the capital account is a massive account. Would that be a fair
Yeah,
assumption?
overall, yes.
So this is a minor adjustment from that point of view?
Correct,
All right,
yes.
thank you.
Alderman Redpath.
So this was just basically a clerical situation?
Correct.
All right.
They thought they had it fixed, but apparently it didn't take in the system.
Is it affecting anything immediately that's,
No. I mean,
Okay.
it's
All right, thank you.
it's just something they caught as they were getting ready to do start the kind of the paperwork.
all right, thank you.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
Public Works, 2023-164, an ordinance amending Chapter 95, Section 95.600 of the 1988 City of Springfield Code of Ordinances as amended to prohibit the construction of new potable water supplies within designated boundaries in the area bounded by the west line of Lot 11 of Volney Vandercook's second subdivision, north line of Lot 11, the east right-of-way line of Bruns Lane, and the south right-of-way line of Jefferson, commonly known as 1901 West Jefferson Street.
Move for consent.
Second.
Any discussion? Alderman Donelan.
Yes, if I could just ask Public Works briefly to come up and explain what this is.
Yeah, we're just expanding our boundaries to basically prohibit the use of wells, in essence, because to clear up environmental issue. There was a leaking underground storage tank, and in this area, we're just expanding our boundaries to not allow them to utilize that as a potable water source. And they are served by city water at this time.
Thank you.
You're
Director.
welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
2023-165, an ordinance authorizing execution of a professional services agreement with Highline Software Incorporated for the use of Highline Cloud, a hosting platform for on-base electronic plan review and document management system in an amount not to exceed $105,838 for the Office of Public Works and Public Utilities.
Move for consent.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
2023-166, an ordinance accepting the lowest bid and authorizing the execution of contract number PW 24-03-03 with Traffic Control Corporation for video image vehicle tracking and the detention systems in an amount not to exceed $199,650 for the Office of Public Works.
Motion for consent.
Second.
Any discussion? All those, I'm sorry, Alderman Donelan.
I apologize. I'd just like a brief explanation. Is this something new, something different?
Getting your steps in, Nate.
So we have cameras that need to be upgraded or loops that are failing, so we're upgrading them with a camera system. And 7 of the signals are single cameras, and then there are 2 that are, it's actually going to be an IDOT 50/50 split that we'll ask for reimbursement from them later for the multiple camera system.
Thank you,
You're
Director. I
welcome.
appreciate it. Try not to call you back up.
Oh,
but
it's
I do
okay.
appreciate it.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
2023-167, an ordinance accepting the lowest responsible bid and authorizing the execution of contract number PW 24-03-04 with Microsurfacing Contractors, LLC, for the FY 2024 pressure pave program in an amount not to exceed $646,809 for the Office of Public Works.
Move to consent.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
2023-168, an ordinance accepting the lowest responsible bid and authorizing the execution of contract number PW 24-03-05 with P.H. Broughton & Sons Incorporated for the FY 2024 Seal Coat Overlay Program in an amount not to exceed $385,243 for the Office of Public Works.
Move to consent.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
2023-169, an ordinance accepting the lowest responsible bid and authorizing the execution of contract number PW 24-03-06 with Complete Asphalt Service Company for the FY 2024 crack filling program in an amount not to exceed $228,800 for the Office of Public Works.
Move for consent.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
2023-170, an ordinance accepting the low bid and authorizing the execution of contract number PW 24-03-07 with Kinney Contractors Incorporated for the FY 2024 concrete patching program in an amount not to exceed $555,799 for the Office of Public Works.
For consent.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
2023-171, an ordinance accepting the lowest bid and authorizing execution of contract number PW 24-03-08 with Was Construction Company for the FY 2024 sidewalk program in an amount not to exceed $795,670 for the Office of Public Works.
Move to consent.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
2023-172, an ordinance authorizing the purchase of a 2022 Vector truck 2100I model from Co-Equipment Incorporated at a net cost of $467,976.54 after trade-in of an existing S-31 2013 Vector truck for the Office of Public Works.
Move for consent.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
2023-181, an ordinance authorizing acceptance and execution of tourism attractions and festival grant number 2200290 from the State of Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity in an amount of $499,878 to be used for partial block development of the North Mansion Block Plaza for the Office of Public Works.
Motion for consent.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
2023-182, an ordinance authorizing a 3-year extension of a lease agreement with the Springfield, Illinois African American History Foundation, doing business as the Springfield and Central Illinois African American History Museum for the property located at 1440 Monument Avenue.
Motion for debate.
And I'd like to.
They, can I get a second?
Second.
Before Alderman Hanauer speaks, they will be coming in, doing a presentation next week to just tell us what's going on in the funds that they're receiving. Alderman Hanauer?
Well, that's basically what I was going to
Oh, I'm sorry.
say. Just that's, I don't have a problem with this. I just, since they're coming in, we put it on debate and speak to it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
General City Business, 2023-173, an ordinance appointing John Melik as Inspector General for the City of Springfield.
Motion to hold.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
2023-174, an ordinance authorizing a decrease in the number of Class D liquor licenses by 1 due to closure of business by Conn's Hospitality Group Incorporated, doing business as Willie's Smokehouse and Barbecue located at 916 South Grand Avenue.
Move for
Move
consent.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
Noted. 2023-175, an ordinance to increase the number of Class C liquor licenses by 1 for Bowl Plus LLC, doing business as Bowl Plus located at 1754 Wabash Avenue.
I'd like to hold this. we need some more information from Bowl Plus. They're situated, or would be situated, right next to Godfather's, and we're just not getting information yet. So I'd like to discuss this with Brad Carlson. So take no action, in other words. If we take no action, it just stays in place.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
Noted. 2023-176, an ordinance approving Addendum 5 to the agreement with Springfield Sangamon County Growth Alliance, formerly known as Land of Lincoln Economic Development Corporation, previously authorized by Ordinance 237-06-18 to provide an additional $250,000 for a total amount not to exceed $1,500,000 and extending the date of completion of the project until February 29, 2024 for technical and professional services to assist with the economic growth within the city.
Move for consent.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
2023-177, an ordinance authorizing funding in the amount not to exceed $250,000 for the exterior rehabilitation program utilizing SHA tax increment finance funds for the Office of Planning and Economic Development.
Motion for consent.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
2023-178, an ordinance amending Chapter 110, Sections 110.235, 110.241, and adding Section 110.244 of the 1988 City of Springfield Code of Ordinances as amended pertaining to the mobile home parks.
Move for consent.
Second.
Any discussion? Alderman Williams.
Yes, can you tell me what this does, or what kind of change this is?
Sure, be happy to, Alderman. Thanks for asking. We've had a couple of mobile home parks within Ward 9 in which the residents continually have difficulty getting a hold of either the property managers or the owners. This is over the last 8 years, and it's sort of percolated in recent weeks and months where this ordinance basically would establish sort of a very basic residents' Bill of Rights. In other words, it would require the owners of the park, and when I say owners, I'm really talking about out-of-state owners that make it very difficult for residents in the city of Springfield to get basic remedies to situations that may arise. It may be a pothole, it may be a light out in the park, it may be something even more egregious. And they don't know how to get a hold, they don't get responded to. This ordinance would make it clear that there's normal business hours, the business hours are posted. At a minimum, there's a phone number and a placard that would show who the residents should contact. It would make it clear that the residents should be expected to receive a response in writing within 7 business days. Very basic, very straightforward things that aren't in our code presently, believe it or not, but will hopefully remedy some of the issues that have been ongoing in at least a couple areas in Ward 9. I'm sure it's happened elsewhere. I know in the past, now Senator Turner, we had shared some concerns years ago with some mobile home parks in her ward and mine. So I'm sure this is coming up elsewhere. And I want to thank Corporation Counsel and Mayor Langfeller for your interest in this ordinance, and hopefully we'll be able to just change the code slightly and get some solutions to some problems that exist out there.
Thank you for your information.
Sure. Thanks for asking.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
2020. Thank you. 2023-179, a resolution referring a petition to the Springfield Planning and Zoning Commission for public hearing and consideration proposing an amendment to Chapter 155, Section 155.106, all drive-up service facilities.
Move for debate.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah.
Alderman Hanauer.
Can someone explain this? What this does?
I would like to try to address it just briefly. You may recall that there were changes to the city code relating to certain things with the developers agreement. You remember there were some adjustments. One of the adjustments had to do with what's called the stacking requirements.
Right.
That amendment actually was inside of the zoning code. So the only thing this is doing is crossing the T's and dotting the I's. We could literally move it to another section of the code, but the arguments from the both Public Works and also zoning was it's where it should be. So this is just to basically affirm what the council's already done. This is referring that change so it can become effective.
Okay.
The alternative is to move it someplace else in the code, but this was the consensus from Public Works and Zoning, just to go ahead and send it through.
Thank you.
It's consistent, it does not change anything, it's just going through the process.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Alderwoman DeCenso.
Happy birthday, Ryan Bandy.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Okay. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it.
2023-180, an ordinance authorizing acceptance and execution of the Illinois Criminal Justice Information Authority, ICJIA, grant number 102301, in the amount of $3,164,000 for the co-responder programs, and authorizing a supplemental appropriation in the amount of $3,164,000 for the Springfield Police Department.
Move for consent.
Second.
Any discussion? Well, you beat me to the button too. Alderman McMenamin.
Yeah, Madam Chair, I don't see our,
Josh is here.
there you are, thank you. Just need an explanation. This is a significant grant, large funding situation.
Yeah, so this was a legislative funding that was included, I believe, last May when we first heard about it. We've been through the process of planning and submitting everything to ICJA. And essentially, what the legislation requires is that we develop a co-responder program to address something in Springfield. We already have a grant addressing mental health co-responder in Springfield. We are working with Memorial Behavioral Health and already have social workers riding with officers as part of that program. We can't use additional grant funding for a similar program, so we are choosing to use this money to address crime victims, homelessness, and those suffering from substance use.
So co-responder means besides SPD, besides police showing up, you show up with somebody else to
Yes.
assist with the situation. It could be a social worker, it could be a medical person, it could be any number of co-responders. Is that what's happening
That's
here?
correct.
Okay, thank you.
In this situation, we are working with community groups. We've held several meetings, and our goal is to kind of be proactive with it, get out and meet the individuals where they are prior to them being in crisis, connect them with the services that they need. We have great services and support here in Springfield. We need to get those services connected with the people, develop better communication between all of our service providers, and expand their services, and hopefully through all of that, decrease law enforcement calls for service and crisis incidents.
Thank you. I wanted to ask too, is there, maybe we can get an update, not quarterly, but just periodically? You don't have to bring a presentation, but just tell us what's going on and how it's working for you, because I think that's something that should be shared with the community.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
2023-183, an ordinance authorizing acceptance and execution of grant number 23-01550RC from the State of Illinois Office of the Attorney General in the amount of $225,000 for the Organized Retail Crime Grant Program, and authorizing a supplemental appropriation in the amount of $225,000 for the Springfield Police
Move
Department.
for consent.
Second.
Any discussion? No questions. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Is there any unfinished business? Alderman Hanauer.
I don't know whether this should be finished or unfinished business or new business, but with the new council coming in, we have, the way it works out is when the new alderman comes in, they would be chairing the first meeting. And I don't think that that's fair to them, because they're already going to be drinking through the fire hose, so I would make a recommendation, we either start back at Chuck or we come around to Jim, but I was just thinking go back to Ward 1 and
Start at 8,
start over.
Yeah, what's
Start
wrong
at
with
8.
starting at 8?
We could-
because these two will be new, so start at 8. and
There you
then-
go, start at 8.
Yeah.
So, whatever the
Right.
council decides, I don't care. I just,
Well,
I didn't want
Alderwoman-
to throw somebody under, and, you know,
I took it myself.
that'd be tough.
The outgoing
Not getting that long
members,
of a break. We're starting at 8.
that's right.
Yeah.
The outgoing members think that it should start at 8.
Well, Alderwoman Conley has been voluntold, so we have that under order now.
Can we volunteer for tonight?
All right, well, so that's, I just wanted to bring that up, though. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any new business?
Alderwoman.
Alderman Gregory.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to just reiterate, I know we all got an email, but the broadband digital equity listening input sessions are tomorrow. One's at Innovate Springfield, 3 to 4, and the other one's at 6 to 7 at the Lincoln Library, Carnegie Room North. I think that's a good thing to be at. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make the early one, but I do plan on trying to get to the late one to learn more as I try to bring more broadband to our community.
You're going to skip our neighborhood association meeting?
No, that's why
right.
that's why I can't be there.
Just checking.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mayor Langfelder.
Thank you. Today, the governor announced that the city of Springfield, along with other cities receiving $650,000 for our HRAP program, which is a home ownership opportunity to improve your house with regards to health and safety repairs, as well as accessibility for low-income families that own their homes. So that's pretty exciting that they continue to show that support.
That is.
How will that be distributed, Mayor?
It'll be through the Office of Planning and Economic Development. There's, of course, income guidelines with regards to that. I think the maximum amount someone can apply for is $45,000.
Okay, thank you.
That's a good amount. Thank you. Is there any other new business? Any citizen requests to address the committee?
None that have signed up, Madam Chair.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Third.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? We got done before 6 p.m.
Didn't jinx it.